We want to say how thankful we are that no other church wanted you as a youth director. And we're really thankful that the other 11 candidates that we asked to do the job turned us down. But that you were willing to take this job, even if only 51% of the congregation voted for you. And by the way, if I had known then what I know now, I would have voted for you.
That is Pastor Steve at his funniest. Who are you and what have you done with Steve Herder? Oh, and thank you so much. Young people over there, all the stuff you came up with, and Troy, you rocked it, good job. Howard, thank you for reminding us how old you and Karsten are. In fact, you are so old that back when you were in the Kingsman Quartet, there were only two. Thank you. Yes.
Hey, okay, now I can be with Karsten.
Indeed. So, Jimmy. No, I'm just kidding. That's good. Jimmy, I love you, man. And you have been a kick in the pants to work with. And I have learned a lot from you about life and about ministry just hanging out with you. But you need to know that there is just the slightest chance that it is good for me that you are moving back to Nebraska. And these are some possible reasons. For one, I'm beginning to develop this annoying habit of talking out of the side of my mouth. It's something that I must have gotten from you because I have never met anybody else who does it. I know, right? Classic. What is that? Is there a name for that? It's like you are turning to a studio audience and addressing them. Where are they, Jimmy? Yes, they're up there somewhere.
That's all right.
Now, another thing is that I will be able to focus more in staff meetings. I don't know if the rest, and I'm looking at Pastor Paul here, but I don't know if the rest of the staff has noticed. Okay, I'm pretty sure they have, but they're just too polite to say anything. But you and I have a running commentary of wisecracks that go on in a subversive kind of way in our staff meeting. Your comments, of course, are mostly directed at Howard. But the problem is that sometimes I really do miss important information. And I am the last person to want to raise my hand and say, could you say that again? Because Jimmy and I were making smart aleck remarks under our breath. Also, if you go, I will probably not gain as much weight. Jimmy can eat. I forget what it's like to have a 24-year-old metabolism, but dang, you're like a hobbit, dude. Breakfast, second breakfast, 11sies. I remember telling you at the beginning of the year that you won't get rich working at a church, but you also won't go hungry. I think you responded by saying something like, "We'll see about that." There have been times in my foolishness when I have tried to keep up. That is why most of my pants feel much tighter than they do before I started working with you. If you go, I won't spend as much time being utterly jealous of your music abilities. There is nothing that you can't do. Guitar, piano, I'm tempted to order one of those Australian didgeridoos just to see what you can do with it. I can just see it, Monday night Bible studies, didgeridoo style. Your gifts are simply off the charts, and you have blessed us with tremendously with them, and I break the 10th commandment every time I hear you and watch you do it by coveting my brother's ability to play the blues guitar. if you go, and I guess you are gonna, I'm starting to realize that, but if you go, I probably will have a much less of a chance of being put in jail. My son Aiden has less of a chance too. It was Jimmy's idea, people. I don't know why I went along with it. It started out as, I have an idea about making a short video that we can make to celebrate the end of the school year. It ended with me sitting in the passenger seat of his Mustang, holding an iPhone and doing donuts in a dirt parking lot with my 15-year-old son standing about 40 feet away from us, filming it all. I won't say anything about the police car that was looming around. I remember I was thinking, you know, I could get arrested for this. And won't the headlines be just great? And we took about 10 minutes worth of video, and Jimmy was able to find about 4 good seconds, which he played in slow motion, and we post on Facebook, and every time it got another hit, I got more nervous. And there were like 1,000 hits. But who am I kidding? It won't be good for me. The truth is, I will grieve, and I will miss having Jimmy around tremendously. Jimmy, do you remember how it started? It started with an argument about how to use the dugout. For about 2 weeks, we went back and forth. You wanted to ban everyone from the dugout. And I wanted to be slightly more collaborative than that. I thought I was right, and that you were just young and inexperienced, and how did somebody say it? What did you say? What did you call him? He was strong-willed? No, it was some nice way of just saying stubborn. But at some point I got over my frustration, and I realized that what you were doing was you were simply fighting for the young people. You wanted them to have a place here at the church, and so you fought. And in the midst of that fight, we found an even better solution. While we were going through it, I thought, oh my gosh, what am I getting into? And now I'm so glad that your time with me started that way. I've also learned that you are an absolutely fierce family man. If you become a part of Jimmy's family, then there is nothing that he won't do for you at any time of day. He will make you feel like you are made of gold. In short, Mondays at 2 p.m. are going to stink for me from here on out. That was our time to talk and learn and grow and plan together how we were going to do something that we are both absolutely passionate about, and that is empowering young people and helping them to know how much God loves them. Jimmy, in the end, you made youth ministry look easy, and I now realize that it was a lot like what you do with music. You just picked it up and you did it. And you did it incredibly well. Thank you. Is there anybody else that wants to roast? Because if not, then Jimmy gets his turn. So the longer we kind of prolong this, yes, absolutely.
Hi, mine's going to be half roast, half good. I didn't realize that I was going to gain a son, but I did. I had a son named Jimmy who never came to my house. He came to my house on Mondays, but I would ask my daughter, Kari, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to help Jimmy. Where are you going? I'm Monday night Bible study. Where are you going, Kari? Oh, I have confirmation I have to go to. Kari, where are you going? I'm helping to fix the dugout. Oh, where are you going? Wednesday. You gotta be home, you got homework. Oh no, I'm going to Coffee Bean because Jimmy's there. So Jimmy was just really important to Kari's life as a youth group leader and an influence, so I appreciate that. I have a couple things though. When Jimmy proposed to Liz, he did this most awesome thing. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it was so romantic. Liz was singing at her church, and I don't know if I have the story right, but they were filming it, and they kind of thought she was told that they were filming something about her church. So her dad was playing the piano, and Jimmy did a surprise trip, snuck in there. This whole thing is being videoed, and he starts playing the piano. Liz is singing, and she hears his voice. She turns around, and it was like The Bachelorette. I mean, she goes, they're in each other's arms. He gets down on one knee, and he proposes. Well, sorry, Jimmy, I've shown that Facebook thing 100 times because everybody thought it was just so genuine and so beautiful. But I have to tell you, when Liz sends you to the grocery store, remember the toilet paper. Because you'll always never think of toilet paper in the same way that these kids do.
By the way, just to clarify, it was like The Bachelorette without the other 20 guys. So, I just need to clarify that.